over the years, you learn that you can't please everybody. And I think that's one thing you have to learn when you are in an art industry or just anything in general.
Hey Zouk family, welcome back. This week's Creative Conversation, and an incredibly exciting one. Someone who looks too young to have been a recording artist for 8 years, but is monumentally successful. Many records, not just in English, but has done covers in our local languages, Malay as well as Mandarin. This is a huge introduction for a friend of ours, Tal, over to our followers in Vegas, Singapore, Hong Kong, obviously, as well as Malaysia. Talitha, how the devil are you?
Hi, I'm good. Yourself, how have you been?
I'm good. I'm a bit eager to travel, but the good thing about Malaysia is we've got amazing beaches and we've got amazing islands, so traveling internally is not such a bad thing. I feel sorry for the guys in Singapore who only have Sentosa to go to. But more importantly, Talitha, for those of us, because as you know, we're opening a really exciting resort in Las Vegas right now, so we've got Americans tuning in, Singaporeans and people in Hong Kong. Tell us about your musical background.
My musical background, wow. Well, I started singing in the shower and in front of my computer. And then I begged my mom to let me pick up the guitar. So I went for classes for about a month, just to learn the basics. And I realized, oh, hey, I can learn this on YouTube. So I picked up the rest on YouTube and thought, oh, hey, if all these cover artists can do this, why can't I? Like, no one's stopping me. I had a video camera, so I started recording myself and posting it on YouTube. So that's how I started YouTube and putting out my music. Well, not mine, but covers at first. And then my parents were really overprotective, so they didn't allow me out, at all. So I had to beg them to go for my first ever open mic when I found out there was an open mic in Malaysia. Because back then, I don't think all these things were very public. Not a lot of people knew of these things, and there weren't a lot of opportunities. So I finally went for my open mic. Did horrible. I forgot my lyrics. And sweat balls. I was sweating so much. But that didn't stop me. I just I had to beg my parents for the next, but I could only do that after my IGCSEs. So after my IGCSEs, when I got my license, I could do whatever I want. So that was when I went all out on all these open mics, and that's when people came across me and started engaging me for performances. But what really helped was when I released my first ever single. That was when everybody started actually approaching me for my music. And yeah, so music started off that way. I had to literally go around sharing my YouTube videos on Facebook, or only Facebook then, begging people to share my videos. I'm like, oh, hey, I just released a song. Can you please share it, like it, comment, subscribe? Yeah, so yeah. That's basically my music background, I guess.
It's an incredibly humble story, and I love it because it also teaches people that it is a slow process. I think the problem with social media is we look in and we see how amazing the world is, but it's not a direct reflection of the hard work that goes into it. And you say 8 years of your life you've really dedicated to this, and I'm really proud to see you're a massive success here in Malaysia. You'll be super humble about it, but you are a huge household name, basically. You have a huge following online. People always celebrate when you bring out new music and share it. But it must have been, and a word of advice I'd love you to give to young people out there who will be watching, because our demographic is a young market for Zouk.
Yeah.
If you're starting out and you're trying out in music, it's not an overnight success. And just because of social media doesn't mean you're going to be a hit immediately, right?
Yeah, no, it's definitely a process. A lot of hard work. Often it's not easy. I don't think anything in life is easy. Nothing comes easy. You work for it, and that's what makes it worth it, I guess. Well, definitely not overnight. I worked on pushing out my music for the longest time, and often until today, I find myself questioning what I'm doing in my life. I'm like, oh, is it worth it? It can be quite heartbreaking. So let's say like I write a song that I'm super proud of and I release it, it's not doing as well as I hoped it would be doing, and that's when I'm like, no, it hurts. But it's usually and there's always criticism, people who think people who like my music and don't, which is not a problem for me, because over the years you learn that you can't please everybody, and I think that's one thing you have to learn when you are in an art industry or just anything in general. Constructive criticisms are great. Yeah, take it, learn from it, and like you learn from your mistakes. Yeah, don't be egoistic and think you're the best, because that will bring you absolutely nowhere. But you also have to understand that everybody has different preferences. Like not everybody will like my music, and I shouldn't expect everybody to like my music, because it's only the handful or whoever, you know, that like my music that matters, and that's what you have to, like, you know, stand by and remember. Not let the people who don't like your music demotivate you and stop you from doing what you actually enjoy. Yeah, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think actually that's some of the best advice we've been given. We've done about 400 videos now. We've done about 60 interviews. And that is some of the best advice we've been given, which is everyone has a different perspective. And someone can actually get out of bed on the wrong side and be in a bad mood and just lash out at you unnecessarily, and maybe not even mean it. And that doesn't mean that your creative experience and process is wrong. I think that's some of the most sound advice anyone can hear. That I went to Kuala Lumpur to watch Arnold Schwarzenegger speak, and he says, ignore the naysayers. And he was told us that at every stage of his career, he was told he would never succeed. He said, your accent is wrong. Then he went and did the Terminator, and everyone thought, this guy's you need to book this guy. You're too big. Then he did Conan the Barbarian. So you're right. There is no reason to take on board criticism that hurts. And that brings me perfectly into something else that you're hugely passionate about, which is fitness. And you've explained to me in the past that, and I'm going to tell people this, I'm not going to let you dumb it down, but you're a huge advocate for women to come to terms with the way they look and body conscious issues. You're a great voice for people not to be weighed down by this. I think it's a very powerful message, especially in the world of social media. So tell us about your passion of fitness. I see the pole behind you, but I've seen you doing more pull-ups than I can do. I've seen you definitely doing a plank longer than I can do. But tell us about your love of fitness.
I started fitness because I wanted to do a pull-up. Mainly for the pull-up. I'm like, I'm gonna do a pull-up because everyone says I can't, kind of thing. It's more, I've always wanted to be strong. I wanted to portray as a strong woman, to show that, oh hey, you know, just because I'm a girl doesn't mean I can't do it. And I guess I've been an advocate for that. Like the sports I do, you know, it's not the usual womanly feminine sports that that a usual woman would do, and my mom would always ask me why can't I do something more feminine. Pole is the most feminine thing I've ever done, by the way. Yeah, so mainly for the pull-up, and then eventually I fell in love with being strong. So I would always push to be stronger or prove that I am strong in ways that I can. And pick up new sports, because I people always ask me, how do you keep fit or stay healthy? And I feel like sports is the best way to keep fit, because it distracts you from the part that you're exercising and you're actually doing something you enjoy. You know, like how people say you do what you enjoy, it doesn't feel like you're working. Same thing, same concept. So sports, fitness. But I actually dropped out of fitness for like maybe 2 to 3 years. And because I felt, I don't know, I just lost motivation and I just felt lazy and had no discipline to push any further or eat too clean. I've always eat cleaner compared to most Malaysians, I'd say, but it wasn't as clean as I would usually be. And at that period of time, I felt awful. I grew up with people telling me like, oh, okay, you're chubby, you have too much meat. Asian parents always like, oh, you have no waist, oh, your thighs are too big. So like, I literally grew up feeling a little bit more insecure about my body compared to, I guess, most people. Or let's say most girls feel insecure about their body, and I think I can speak for most girls about that. And I have, like, right now until today, I still have, I still worry about what I eat. I still worry about, I'm afraid to eat. I intermittent fast, and I fast longer than I should because I'm also afraid to eat. So like, I'm working on actually really loving myself. I'm still learning. I'm not like, I wouldn't say advocate, but like, I'm still learning how to love myself, and have a more healthy relationship with my body and food. So I recently started going back to the gym again. I got all my motivation during MCO, which I have no idea why. I just worked. So I woke up every morning and I sat out on my balcony on my yoga mat and prepped myself. You know, no matter how long it would take for me to prep myself, I would be like making sure that I work out every single day. I would sweat every single day. And after MCO, I started going back to the gym that built my foundation, Revelation Republic. So I started going there again, and I spoke to the coach, and he understood like my problem, what I'm going through. So he's helping me out by building a healthy lifestyle that is sustainable, that doesn't require me to cut everything down to make it miserable. I want it to be sustainable and like actually enjoy the process. So I'm doing that. Yeah.
Really
for me to learn how to love myself.
You need to love yourself.
Yeah, no, definitely.
You only live once, and
Yeah.
it's interesting for the outsiders to hear it out, because from my perspective, you're doing incredibly well. You
Yeah.
look fantastic. So what's the issue? But I guess it's inside your own mind, right?
Yeah. It's always in your own mind. So like everyone can tell me, oh, Talitha, you're not fat, but like what I see is different. I think a lot of people struggle with that. So yeah, like you said, everything on social media is portrayed to be perfect. So I often come off as like, I mean, I support like all body shapes and sizes. That's fine, as long as you're healthy, man. You want to stay healthy, you know. Yeah. So I do that, but at the same time, I've never really. I mean, I'm open about it, so I speak to people about it. I tell people how I feel, how I'm like insecure about my body and everything. But I don't exactly like, oh hey guys, on Insta story saying like I'm actually really insecure about my body. But I recently actually did a post saying that I don't have a really healthy relationship with food and my body image. So yeah, so I'm just like, you know, sharing my progress now. So hopefully.
Hey, look, I think
it
you're
works out
fine.
well.
You're definitely not in a minority. I would say majority of people in the world, whether they admit it or not. I mean, every single person on the planet has insecurities. You hear about rich and famous people or movie stars that are alcoholics because they have issues they can't deal with. So I think it's really powerful for you to use your platform to help other people to come to terms with it. And it's a massively powerful message. So thanks so much for sharing that with us. Moving on, you have some exciting news about October. You have something coming out in October. So please tell me more.
Yes. Okay. So I've released a lot of singles over the years, and I released my EP, which is a short album kind of thing, and I'm officially releasing my full album at the end of October. Well, it's basically singles that I've already released, compiled, and then put together into an album with a new song, because I just want to get that over with and be able to work on more new stuff for the coming year. So yay, I've got an album. It's called Hi, I Like You.
And where can we find it?
When it's out, you can basically find it everywhere. Spotify, Apple Music, whichever platform that you're subscribed to, Jukes. It should be at all these places. If it's not there, then something is wrong.
Well, we will definitely share it. So many congratulations. Can't wait for that.
You.
And very exciting. So tell me, any big plans for 2021? Let's say 2020 is a write-off. It's been a disappointing year for everyone. But 2020, fresh start. What are your main goals in 2021?
2021. Okay,
apart from two pull-ups.
Apart from two pull-ups. I am definitely working on like loving myself. So hopefully by 2021, I'm able to accept everything, every inch of me. That's one. To work on more music, I'm always just releasing more music. I'm still finding my sound, I guess. constantly, because like I guess I'm constantly diversing, like learning new sounds and appreciating new sounds and wanting to try new things. So there's that. I don't know if I'll be picking up any new sports this round because I do that every year. I literally pick up a new sport and drop the other. But I think I'm staying with rock climbing and pole and the gym for now. It's mostly music, releasing music, and fitness. Basically, not much.
My last question, Tal, which I ask everyone. First of all, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. It's been
thank you.
Lovely, and I love the messages that you came out with. I said you came up with some really powerful advice, some of the best that we've had, and not just love yourself, but also don't take criticism to heart. We obviously have people who watch from all over the world that I described. We have colleagues that come and visit, and hopefully once travel bans are lifted, lots of people come. Give us your must do or see recommendations for Malaysia. If people come in, apart from come and listen to you play music, what else should people be doing if they can come and visit your hometown?
What would they do? I would definitely recommend the food because I love food. I literally have an Instagram account for food. It's called Tali Makan, which is Tali Eats, basically. I love food. The food here is great. Variety of everything. Mainly food. I actually don't really know what there is to do here other than food.
There's some good rock climbing though, no? Batu
Oh
cave.
yeah, rock climbing. Rock climbing is great. Yeah, there's Batu Caves, rock climbing. Rock climbing and food. Rock climbing only if you're into rock climbing though, so not everybody is into that, so it depends. There's rock climbing gyms as well, indoors.
It's a good addition because other people recommended the hiking, other people, now you've recommended the rock climbing, there's the jungles, there's a lot of different things that people can do.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping, this is my last request, I'm hoping that once we're up and running, we're opening a brand new beach club in Awana very soon, and we'd love you to come and play some music for us.
I would love that. If you'd be happy to have me, I would love to be there. That would be great. That would be a dream.
It's a done deal. It's a done deal. Well, Tal, listen, thank you so much for talking to us. We really appreciate it. You're a hugely aspirational person for young Malaysians, not just inside Malaysia, but you're a success, and you've exhibited that hard work pays off, and not necessarily being disheartened by the obstacles that come. And you have loads of positive messages every day. I recommend everyone follows you on Instagram and as well as listen to your music. But I really appreciate talking to one of Malaysia's best homegrown talents. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for being so kind.
No,
thank you.
It's all deserved. And take care. They say, and one disappointment, only one disappointment, that Mommy Tan is not here to make a special appearance. I don't understand.
Oh, yeah, no, Mom's not home today. She's Wong, actually. She doesn't go by Tan. Yeah, she's okay. Mommy Wong.
Mommy Wong. Next time, I mean, this is almost a deal breaker. Next time I want to meet Mommy Wong. You mentioned her as such a big inspiration for yourself that we need to.
She's great. Yeah, she would love to be here, but she's not here. I wish. Ooh, I can bring my cat.
We've had other dogs feature, so it wouldn't be the first time.
Okay.
Hey, Tal, thanks so much. Take care. Look after yourself.
Thank you.
Stay safe.
You too.